Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. And here on this live stream, you are gonna get a very nice tinkering in the studio variety. We're going to be hanging out over the next hour and a half. Who knows how long exactly it's going to be this time. We're going to be hanging out, building up some loops, tearing them down, messing with the sounds, bringing in the synth. Let's bring the synth in. Doing a lot of chit-chatting with you. This is going to be such a good time. Thank you for being here. My regulars know what it is. In the chat, we have some territorial claims made by my largest who was first. Claiming 5th place, we have the man himself, If you are new to the Reconsider It live stream, welcome! You made the right decision joining us. And at this time, we have the foundation of a beat. We're going to be building this up in just a few minutes as we get into the stream. But while we are here at this foundation of the beat that I built before the stream began, I need to celebrate. I need to celebrate you. Thank you for being here. Whether you're joining us here in the live, in the chat, whether you're joining us here in the live, but you're not in the chat, whether you're joining us after the stream, watching on replay, transcending space and time, however it is that you are joining us, thank you for being here. I'm going to celebrate thusly. I got my drink. I'm going to count up to 3. I'm going to clink the screen, and at that time, you are invited to join the rest of us as we cheers along and celebrate our togetherfulness. And it all begins with the first piece on 1, which is really good. It works out really nicely. You pretty much get the hang of the count up, even on your first time you do it. 2. We already got 1 and 2 as we do the count up. We are nearly there, my friends, for this very ecstatic union of togetherfulness on 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Oh man, that's good. I love connecting with you like this. Please like this video. subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please share this video with a friend who would like it. A friend who's into this sort of thing. Now that we're pretty warmed up, had a nice warm-up phase. This is good. This is good. We are in a good position. For my musician friends who will be jamming along with us, this one is tuned to the key of D. getting caught up on a chat. And in the chat, I noticed Studio 8 is with us. Oh,2 instruments are in the wrong position. This one here, this is the one that I should be doubling up. Whereas this one, it's currently doubled up. It's a lot doubled up. It's really loud. This is the one that should be single and more like a solo. Oh no, they're all getting destroyed. Oh no. Let's redo all that. This is the fun of tinkering in the studio. These may or may not be the dopest melodies and harmonics and whatever's the right music theory, but I think I've now got the instruments in the right place, playing the right role in the beat. I'm usually pretty blind to that stuff. I just kind of randomly do things, and sometimes I really nail it, and sometimes I do not nail it. But I know who always nails it is Thomas, who has just joined us, which is really awesome and good. see there's some cool discussion going on right now in the chat regarding things that work well music-wise when you travel. Am I reading that right? That's pretty cool if so. Because that's one thing I don't like about travel. I'm not much of a travel person in general, actually. It always feels like more hassle than it's worth. I'm not a fan of the act of traveling, like just like taking time to pass through space. That's in my mind, that doesn't really feel like a good use of my time. Like, oh yeah, let's take time to move from one location on Earth to another location on Earth. So it's hard in my mind to justify that. Let's drive for 15 hours. No. All right, well, let's fly. It's like, ugh. Flying is such a hassle. It's always been safe. That's good. That's really good. But it takes a long time. And ultimately, when I get to my destination, I'm like, okay, this also appears to be Earth. You know, we also seem to be navigating three-dimensional space here. All right, what's your point? There appear to be like objects. Gravity still seems to be a thing. Why do we come here? I know that not everyone feels that way, though. A lot of people feel the exact opposite. How do you feel? For my people in the live, in the chat, put it in the chat. How do you feel about travel in general? Whether we're talking about with musical instruments or otherwise, just travel in general. For our people who are joining us after the stream, you're watching on replay, put your thoughts in the comments about that. Are you much of a travel person? Cornish has some input on what he takes when he goes on a holiday. A TR8S? Or does that mean to be TR8s? I don't know what that is. I'm so not a gear person. The only gear I know anything about are these specific 3 devices and nothing else. But I understand there is a lot to be into. There's a lot of different gear, a lot of different things you could do with different devices. This voice on the Hydrasynth reminds me of some orbital something or other. Studio 8FX is weighing in on the travel topic. Studio 8FX says, I travel for work, and I love it. To whatever degree you're comfortable sharing whatever level of details, I'm interested in hearing, like, what exactly does that mean that you travel for work? In what manner does your work require you to travel? Or maybe not require, but let's say you do as part of it. But love it. We have 1 vote for the love it column. Thomas Jan is talking about a device he likes to take when he travels. An RD9. I also don't know what that is. I might have to look that up. Just something to have fun with. Yeah, I like that. Back in the day, years ago, back like... Oh, what are we talking here? This was back like, let's say 2010, plus or minus a couple years. 2010, when I tried to travel, I would always, or I guess other way around, when I traveled, I would try to bring my laptop with software installed on it that I used to create with. I used to use Reason, so I would have a laptop with Reason on it. And usually I found I didn't really do a lot. Sometimes I did more than nothing. But maybe it was just that I was outside of my studio. You know, I guess maybe it'd be a little different if I was working on the levels for some song, like a song is already written and recorded and I'm just doing the mixing on it. That's not as creative. There's still creativity in mixing, but not as much as like figuring out the melody or the arrangement or what's the bass line gonna sound like. I'm speculating. I'm thinking aloud. Still getting caught up on a chat. Thomas says, I'm a traveler, I guess. Often by necessity, says Thomas. Studio 8FX says, lived in Europe and traveled all over the U.S. It's pretty extensive. Pretty extensive, let's say like Northern Hemisphere English speaking. Actually, I shouldn't say that about Europe. Most of Europe is English friendly, but not necessarily really English speaking. Whereas the United States is English speaking and English friendly. In some places, maybe a little Spanish friendly. Cornish says, I don't like to travel. See, I knew my man would come through on that. I also don't like to travel. Just logistically, it's a hassle. It's a ton of energy. It's exhausting. And I just don't get that much of a payoff from travel. I'm glad that I have done more than, literally, let's say a 50-mile radius around the specific location where I was born. I mean, that's good to have done some travel, but it's not an activity that I'm like eagerly looking forward to and planning my next opportunity. But I know that's not really, that's not a universal view. Many people are the total opposite, and for them travel is it is a very exciting thing that they look forward to and want to plan the next opportunity for. I'd rather just like go for a walk Maybe go for a long walk. That's a good enough vacation for me. Go for a very long walk, multiple days in a row. How about that? In addition to having the time off. So time off, very long walks. Frankly, I would like to do music on my vacation time, and when I travel, I can't do music. Or I can't do this specific arrangement here. Sometimes when I travel, I write lyrics, although I'm not really in a lyric writing phase at this time. You may know, if you are the regular of regulars to Reconsider It live streams, you may know recently I've been talking more about doing a rap EP, a 5-song EP of rap songs. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, 5-song albums. An EP. Anyway, I've been thinking about doing that. I've been talking about that in my streams. I do think that there's enough content that I could fill up 5 songs without too much difficulty. That's the kind of thing I might do on a vacation. If I've already got the beat and all I need is to put on some headphones, then I could still be writing lyrics while I'm walking around or whatever. Thomas says France over here. Thomas is from France. I didn't realize that. Welcome from France. Or I guess welcome to. I am from here, but I'm to you. Welcome to France. Studio 8 says I perform audits for government contracts. Whoa. That sounds very official and important. And that's related to how much traveling you do. Lived in Heidelberg, Germany. And is that Würzburg? And the wife is from England. All right. So Studio 8FX has a varied home geography. Home-oriented, is that what I'm trying to say? Home-centric geography. Mother-in-law's in Spain. We have now got a triangulation. Thomas says, I like to put my hands and head in the gear and take a few days with it. Yeah. It's harder to, if you're really creating like the rawest of creation, a lot of what I do on streams is like controlled chaos. I just sort of randomly do things and ski it through. I once heard someone describe skiing like downhill skiing. He described skiing as a controlled fall. Like that was the sport. The sport was learning how to fall in this really smooth way. And I was like, I put on my thinking cap at that time, and I was like, And then I brought it up on this stream, which was pretty nice. And the best part about all that, of course, was like roughly around that same time we knew that. Trust came in to join us, and it was really dope. see Thomas is making some more thoughts related to the five song rap album that I was talking about earlier. A nice format. Yeah, I find that is a nice length for my sensibilities. I can't say that I've done any kind of market research, though for any time I've done anything musical, the idea of the market impact, or, you know, what would you say, promotion, marketing, that's always just nowhere near my thoughts. I would need to have a good business partner with the same goals and the same, you know, mutual support philosophy. So what I'm trying to say is, I arrived at 5 songs because I think I like it, not because I have determined that that's a good, you know, business investment, like an optimization of my time and energy making songs versus how much money I will get in return. But even beyond getting money in return, I do want to have any album that I take the time to create and produce and mix and release. If I do have any album like that, I do want it to be heard. I've released a lot of albums. You can see a few over there in the corner. But if you include collaboration albums, I don't know, easily 5 or 6 that I can think off the top of my head that are like actually formally released. And then, you know, albums worth of material that I never released. Many hours. So if I take the time to polish it, you know, and I really look at it from every angle, I do want it to get heard. I do want it to be heard by the audience who would want it. Even though I didn't design it with a conscious thought process, with a marketing strategy to my audience. Nonetheless, my audience exists, even if it's like one person from this country and one person from that country and one person and one person and one person. I just don't know who they are or how to reach them. I do want to reach them, though. I just don't know how. That's what I always hoped social media would do. And in principle, it should, but it doesn't. It does not. It does more than 0. So, to be clear, I have gratitude for social media in general, regardless of which platform we're talking about. I just hope that it would, be the thing that I can't do for myself, which is promotion. Maybe I need to make a GPT agent to help me with promotion. Question mark, I don't know. For all of my musician friends, if you are someone who releases music, do you have any kind of strategy that you do for trying to reach your audience or promote your material? Or do you just say well, you got to have a business strategy from the start, and then once you've already got your hundreds or thousands of customers, once you've got your hundreds or thousands of customers, then just send them an email. It's like, okay, good. For me, it's the getting in touch with hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands. That'd be nice. right now, to everyone's delight, David has joined us, which is good. I was checking our like everything is going well meter over here. I have my meter that just checks how well things are going. And right now it's fully to the positive. I was like, that's good. I noticed that the everything is going well meter is fully going well. It was a little bit, like, because David had come in and it was like bursting with really good niceness. So I was happy with that everything going well meter. But then as I look over again, I noticed for the next time that has joined us. And the everything is going well meter is just absolutely bursting now. There's like little screws flying off and everything. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Thomas says, that's awesome. Nice. I noticed on the clock that we're like an hour in. We're just short of an hour, 58 minutes in. So we are due. We are due for making a new beat. I'm going to save this off. I am now saving off all of my beats because I'll listen to them later. And if any of them are any good, because some of them are pretty good. Some of them are dope, and I'm like, oh, man, I wish I had saved that. Most of them are anywhere from like, oh, yeah, that was dope, all the way down to like, yeah, probably not that many people are going to watch this video. They're in that range. Did I save that? I hope I did. Indeed I did. That's good. All right, my friends. Yeah, so I'm saving them off because I make like 50 beats a month or more. P.S. It's generally more than that. I make like 50 or more beats a month, and some of them are good enough that maybe I'd do something with them. And so I'm going to go through them and collect up ones that I think are the best. If any of them are like actually really good enough, then I might use them for my forthcoming 5-song rap EP. We'll see. We'll see where that goes, if anywhere. You know where this is going to go, though? This is going to go to another palette to make another beat out of. It's going to be really good. I see right now that Ooh. There we go. I'm getting caught up on the chat. And number 6! It's talking more about being a visual artist, but liking the hearing about the creative process. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Music is a great backdrop. Yeah, that's way legit. Totally with you there. Let's see what's happening in my next palette, though. This one was a D, and did I say beats per minute? 86.7. We're going on to the next palette. What's it going to be? I don't know. Okay. I spun. I spun. I landed on a B. As always, my friends, I'm going to build up the foundation or skeleton of a beat real quick, and then I'll come back and either chat with you about whatever's happening in the chat, and we can talk more about that, or do some synth stuff, or build the beat more. Who knows? But let's get the foundation of a beat going. For our musician friends who are jamming along with us, this one once again is tuned to the key of B. B as in boss, a boss looper. Beats per minute is 147.2. I see right now that Billy the Kidder is in the chat, has joined us. Yeah. And Billy says, this isn't Mexican music. And I would agree, you're right. In no way could this be accurately described as Mexican music. There's no... I don't think there's a way to like bend over backwards and interpret that in a way that is true. By the way, as a very topical subject, this past weekend, the new Marvel movie Thunderbolts came out. I saw it. I'm very much into comic book stuff in general, whether Marvel or otherwise, whether movies or otherwise. I'm into comic book stuff. So I saw Thunderbolts. Did you see it already? I was very happy to see that. It had such a strong and overt subject matter of mental health and, you know, maintaining, what would you say, confidence in yourself and in others. These, like, rather significant topics being so core to the storyline. I'm trying to keep it free of spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet. But it was really cool to see, you know, spiraling down into darkness. You know, even the topic of highs and lows. Really cool, really cool. I've heard some people talking about how it's like, oh, this is Marvel's return to form. Now we're finally getting the good stuff from Marvel again that we used to always love so much. I could totally see why people are saying that. Right now I see that virtual has joined us. This is really good. If you have been joining us here in the Reconsider streams for a few months at least, you know that the Hydrasynth here is a couple months, about 3 months now I've had it. I continue to discover all sorts of cool stuff. I'm learning how to integrate it well. One problem that either I don't know the solution for, or it's just a limitation of the synth. But one problem I found is that not every patch seems to have an attack value. I don't seem to be able to control the attack on every patch, which makes me sad. Because there is no shortage of patches that I'm like, oh, this is so dope. I just want it to kick in sooner. So I think this is just part of the territory that I'm just learning and discovering. Nice. That was very exciting, my friends. I look over at the clock. I see we're about a half hour deep in that beat, which is good. With that said, I'm going to save this real quick. We'll go on and make a new beat. And that'll probably be the final one we do for this stream today. Oh, nice. Even that just saved automatically. This is so good. All right, my friends. As always, I'm going to spin to some other random palette of mine. It's one of the other 36 different palettes that I built. Palettes of sound effects and such. Let's see what I'm going to spin to. Oh, no kidding. I landed on another B. Awesome. I have 36 palettes, 3 different palettes of sound effects for each major key. So I landed on another B of mine. Okay, sounds good. As always, I'm going to go and build a nice foundation of a beat real quick, and then I'll come back and either chat with you more or do some synth stuff or build up the beat more. Who knows? But let me start by building up foundation of a beat. This new organ that I just flipped to. It's not too different. It's pretty similar to the one I was just using. But this sounds a lot more like Zelda Dungeon organ to me for some reason. Friends, I was looking at the clock over here, and despite the fact that I am having a great time, I am enjoying this experience with you so much. I noticed that we're at 2 hours right now, which is a pretty good length of time, I think. So despite all the fun that I'm having with you, this will be the turning around and closing of today's stream at this time. This has been a really good tinkering in the studio stream. We got 3 beats in. We got some nice chats and discussions about some stuff. Got some good synth playing around. This is a good hangout. This is a good studio experience. Thank you for being here. I need to celebrate, in fact. I'm grabbing my drink over here. Here it comes. I am going to count to 3. I'm going to clink the screen, and you're invited to join the rest of us as we cheers and clink along. 1. That's really good. 2. Oh, it's almost time for all of us to celebrate together. Here it comes right now, my friends. Here it comes on 3. Clink. Cheers, my friend. Oh man, that's good. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please share this video with a friend who would like it. To my people in the year 4917, thank you for being here with us. I hope to see you again in the next live stream. My regulars know that we do these tinkering around in the studio streams where we just hang out and dwell on a beat for a half an hour or more. We do these tinkering streams in an unscheduled manner. It could be any day of the week, any time of day. But if you have got notifications enabled, you will be able to join us for the next tinkering stream. My regulars know we've also got a second category of live streams. It's called Loops and Chill. We get together for an hour every Wednesday and Saturday. We get together for an hour and just do one beat after another, somewhat fast-paced. It's not a lot of talking. There's no synth. It's only the vocals. An hour of improvised live looping. You don't know what you're going to get. Join us on Wednesdays and Saturdays for Loops and Chill. And until then, my friends, please have a very excellent rest of your day today. Please let the rest of your day today bring you all manner of excitement, all manner of enjoyment, all manner of fulfillment. Please let all of your unfinished business be completed today. Please experience all manner of healing today. Please experience all manner of fulfillment today. Like our man Nick is saying in the chat. Nick says, I finally got my comics. Nick, we're going to have to get caught up on comics. Please let the rest of your day today bring you every possible manner of fulfillment, every possible manner of healing, every possible manner of profit. Please let the rest of your day today set you up to receive more than you've ever received before, my friends. And I will see you in the next Reconsidered live stream.